paradise. One-story homes could only afford the fairest heights. I need my roots of ascension and feel the sacrifice. Look what I gave in that time to sing to my son at nights. I know I made the right choice. His love only empowers my voice. It's really nothing I won't do for my boys. Don't try to test that truth. Highest rank in my field, I make you regret that proof. With get back moves and skillful cues. To me from 10 years ago, thought he was so cold. Now I done leveled up my talent by 100.
Shout out to Static. This is gone. FAB shit. Enough said. This week in comics, we doing it live this week. Shout out to everybody for the support. The show will be starting soon. Just want to put the link in a few groups real quick. Start getting money, people won't be the same. Thinking back on the victories that we won, I pray that none of my fans die young. Remember me when I got a plan that only you can see. Fireworks in my soul and I'm thanking Jubilee. You hear these verses and you know I wrote them truthfully. And all this work can make you think there's two of me. It ain't no fooling me, I'm focused on love and congruency. Without the truancy becoming a symbol of jubilee. I'm smooth talking, Lady Luck into extending her visits. I've written a message, I pray that you get it. And when it's done, none of it matters. Kobe taught me separation makes you into a factor. They see a walking disaster, call me a living calamity. No one can handle me, covered in vanity. While this world I live in breaches my sanity. Transcended and found my own version. I knew the fire that has conquered incursions. I'm always humble and I'm constantly learning. I'm present father, so I'm always determined. I'm searching, I'm not a perfect man. This Prince of Persia did everything but avert the sands. Dakota City really ended up in Virgil's hands. I've been placing all my bets on the future awards coming, and I've seen the recruiters keep watching out for the shooters. And things change when you feel pain, and when you start getting money, people won't be the same. Thinking back on the victories that we won, I pray that none of my fans die young. Remember me when I We got one long while we get everything ready. Thank y'all for y'all patience. This next one from Q Flow, Road Warriors.
Woke up for the smoke, call it waking. Let's go. Road warriors on the street. We going state to state. Riding around the town preaching Jesus, you might find them. Two or more coming together, we like-minded. Tasha Kai break every chain.
Christian rap
right hand feel like
ain't never sound so good, let me tell you, man.
We'll be seeing you soon. Tag team, Flow and Prodigy, we the Legion of Doom. Let's go. We serve a guy who can raise the dead. And you want to turn against him while you walking on the razor's edge. Young brother, well, it's in your head. You can catch track one off the album called The Razor's Edge, written for the lost who once found patience. If it's balanced, then you need to check your heart foundation. Hey, look, it's a difference when you flexing in designer clothes and these Philly boys flexing like the Steiner Bros. Keep the faith cause the devil, he can't stand it. Gotta stay sturdy through the damage. The odds are 10 to 1 will I'll manage. Got Christ, boy, that's the advantage. Had a harder time ripping off a bandage. If you ain't talking truth, keep your faith. Yeah, never turn my back to a God who was able. Nah, never moving dolo, but we battle in pairs. We done turned CHAs to tables, ladders, and chairs. Prodigy.
I'm buried alive, but we not even scared. Nah, we gon' preach Jesus till we caught up in the atmosphere. For real, we out here in the mix, you ain't never there. Never. Only one can stop me is the man staring back from the mirror. So I'ma reach the one, but I'ma play it smart. Devils on the prowl, using poison darts. I'ma own my part and take it to the street. Christ's death and resurrection is the message that we preach. We stand for the real, that's FTR. Street prophets where the dog is and Montez Ford. Road warriors, we born for the Lord. I probably would have been checking if it weren't for the Lord. Attitude on DX, Flow and Prodigy, we next. Flow is polished, we probably demolish y'all weak necks. Fair slow walking, I'ma pick up the pace. Let's go. Put the pressure on the enemy. You flexing right next to me. We brothers is deeper than water, we covered in blood. All glory and thanks and honor and go to my God. It's a new day, clap if you believe it. It's the tag team champs, this is our season. Let God increase as I'm decreasing this truth music until my heart stops beating. I circumvent the surface, that's uncertain. The purpose is worth it, searching with the earnestness. Harvest plenty, we gon' work it, purchased by the lamb that was slaughtered. No sergeant, slate white, clean like a presidential pardon. What good is a presidential rollie on your arm? Money in your mattress, you can't take it when you gone. I hit rock bottom, but arose as the people's champ. Q and Prodigy got more balls than a penal can.
What is the tag team? Hit the Ford Nelson, make it hard to speak. Took this out to NY, Philly bringing Harlem heat. The way we spazzing, you would think we do this on the day-to-day. Hire us, we'll handle the fade, they call us APA. North Philly in the building, an easy dub. South Philly got the crowd yelling easy dub.
Badlands party, boy, I'm about to take the trash out. Toe to toe with the devil, I laid him with the smackdown. Christ, new creation.
Show starting after this song ends, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience and time.
Let's go.
It's time. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to another edition of NUFF Said This Week in Comic Books. This is episode 2. We are breaking down all the new comic books that are released just yesterday. I know I'm a day behind on this. My bad. But you know what? Trying to mix it up a little bit. The last episode, I did a pre-recording. This time I figure I'd do a live gauge, see how we do. But with that said, let's get straight into it. Over here on Enough Set, we're talking strictly comic books, and we want to try to be more positive than negative. When you go on YouTube and you search for certain creators and comics, a lot of times when you type it in on YouTube, at least, you'll see a lot of reviewers dunking on, you know, what they don't like. So I figure on nothing, and let's try to be more positive and garner some enthusiasm for these comic books, because I'm a lifetime I can't even talk right now. I'm a lifetime comic book reader and fan, artist myself, and man, I know the hard work that goes into making a comic book, and I know that, man, it's not an easy job whatsoever. So the last thing I want to do is rip on somebody who put a lot of hard work into these comic books. I want to do the opposite. I want to shed a light to these people and get people hype and excited and wanting to go out and purchase these comic books. So with that said, let's take a look at the comic books that are out this week. They dropped just yesterday, January 17th, 2024. We will start off with Nightwing 110. And this is a very modern day
cover right here. You know, we've seen this meme before, you know, with the lady pointing at the cat and whatnot. So let's see here. Let's read the synopsis for it. And it starts off, can Nightwing save the Super Sons? Nightwing, Batgirl, and the Titans are doing all they can to save a world overrun by beasts. Heroes have become threats, and one of the biggest threats now stalks the streets of Bloodhaven. Where once there was a Robin, now there is a cat. Can John Kent and Nightwing save the city from Damian Wayne, or will the Super Sons be torn apart forever? It's a pretty hilarious cover right there. Let's see, they got a few variant covers over here. If we take a look at them, the variant covers be killing it to me, man. These variant covers, it sucks too, like, because that was one of the things as a kid, like going to the comic book store. I used to like you would get fooled sometimes by the cover. You see this badass cover, and then you buy the book, and then when you open it up, it's like a completely different artist with not bad, but just not as good quality as the cover artist. So you're just like, damn, I wish I would have had that type of art through the whole book. That's what made those Jim Lee back in the day, the Joe Matt, the Mark Silvestris, the Greg Capullos, and all that. You know, like, just I love. I'm more of an art guy. Honestly, I think art is king in comic books, over the writing even. And the reason I say that is because we have graphic novels without books. That's the art is what establishes this medium from the other. So I think the art definitely is king. It's easier for me to get into a book with great art than it is for me to get into a book with bad art, just personally. But I'm an artist, so maybe that's why I'm a little bit biased on that. So honestly, I wasn't too hyped with the synopsis, because I think this is going into the Beast Wars, if I'm not mistaken, that they got going on. But this cover is sick as heck, so I would not be mad at anybody. I also like Nightwing. This cover is so sick. I would, if I was to pick up this book, that would probably be the cover I go with. I don't know, man. What's up with this cover right here, bro? What we doing with this, man? I don't know, man. It's a little pause. A little pause. I'm just joking, man. I ain't hating. I don't care. Do you? Nightwing. All right, that's a Deathstroke. I don't know if he has anything to do with the book. All right. Okay. Me personally, I probably would leave that one off my list for my personal pickups. But moving right along, you know, like typically when I go to a comic book store on the week, unless it's like a special occasion, like a birthday, or, you know, like a promotion, income tax, or, you know, something pretty epic, then I try to keep my budget around like $50 to maybe like 100 tops, you know, for the most part, unless it's just so much good stuff out there that it's undeniable. But yeah, I usually spend around $50 to say. Let's see here. Next up, we got the Amazing Spider-Man issue 42. And let's see here. Gang war continues. The Beetle has stepped up in her father's absence, and she's been a very different Janice Lincoln. She's smart, dangerous, and ready to take the big chair. With Spider-Man and others distracted by Kingpin, she just might do it. All right. Let's see here. Let's cover. I'm not too. Hey, you know, I can't criticize because I'm trash with the backgrounds too. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, fuck it. It's just like a yellow background. But all right, let's see here. Me personally, this will not be the cover for me, but I really do like the synopsis on this. I'm really interested in this Gang Wars crossover event that Marvel got going on right now, man. I like the whole concept of like a big crossover event, but it's not for like some like earth-shattering type of event. So like I'm really digging this. I definitely want to check out and collect the whole Gang Wars series. I know it ties into several different comic books, but I would highly recommend this book, man. We got to really support these comic book stores, and we just got to do a better job of spreading the word on these comic books, man, because that's why manga is kicking our butt in our own backyard. Because I feel like a lot of the people who cover comic books on social media, they're more so complaining about things, whether it's like a sex swap, race swap, identity or whatever the case may be, when it's really just damaging the industry and the product. And I feel like we need to really start to shine more light on these books. That's not to say that there's like I don't have any criticisms or I don't agree. I'm not trying to call no one toxic or anything like that. I'm just saying we gotta, as much negative or as much as we complain, we gotta have some balance to it. You know, like I definitely am one of those people who don't like when they do lazy stuff like that, because like I always wanted to work for Marvel, DC, and I grew up making comic books. I never really had no problem identifying or seeing myself in a character just because they weren't my race. Like my favorite character is Wolverine. I'm not Canadian, you know? So with that said, I love the story synopsis, so I definitely would check this out, but I would not buy that cover. So we got to see what alternative covers they got. Spider-Man's my third favorite superhero of all time. Wolverine's my first, Gambit my second. Just throwing that out there for y'all. So, yo, this cover right here would definitely be the one I would go for. Yo, if you a Spider-Man fan or a Wolverine fan, or just interested in this Gang Wars crossover event, this would be the book I would recommend getting. This cover goes stupid hard. A straight up remake of the classic Spider-Man cover with Green Goblin hanging. I think it was, if it wasn't it was Spider-Man on this cover right here, but damn, that is a fire ass cover. I believe this is from Marvel Masterpiece Part 2. If not Marvel Masterpiece 2, then Marvel Masterpiece 3. I remember I used to have these cards. If you grew up in the 90s, the early 90s, mid 90s or whatnot, or if you were collecting comic books and comic book cards in the early 90s, mid 90s, you remember the Marvel Masterpiece series, and you probably had this card, man. I definitely remember. I just can't remember if it was 2 or 3. I know it's not 1, because 1's the classic with the black background with the whole web thing, but yo, that is a sick cover as well. But I would definitely still have to go with this Wolverine Sabretooth cover. That shit's sick. 50 years of Wolverine, 10 years older than me, man. I'm gonna be turning 40 this year, so that's crazy. Me and my boy Wolverine, milestone anniversaries this year, but y'all not here for me. We here for the comic books. Moving on. So yes, that'd be the first purchase. I would spend $5 so far this week at the comic book store. I like to keep count of that as we do these reviews. Next up, we got Batman, Superman, World's Finest issue 23. I appreciate the people who popping up, even if for a split second. Make sure to hit that follow button if you're watching on Twitch, or if you were watching on Facebook. Please make sure to go on to the YouTube website, youtube.com/@ the whole effing show, and hit the follow button over there. I'm really trying to make a effort this year to get that YouTube followers up, man. I want to hit at least 100 the first quarter of this year. You know what I'm saying? So that's not much. We got like 50 right now. If we can get that, if we could double our followers over there, that would be freaking great. But moving along to the comic books, Batman, Superman, World's Finest issue 23. Synopsis reads as: Superman and Batman must stop Boy Thunder from becoming Magog. The walls are closing in on the world's finest duo as Boy Thunder falls fully under the thrall of Gog in the universe of Kingdom Come. Superman and Batman race against the clock, not only to keep Boy Thunder from becoming Magog, but to save the multi-universe itself. Now, I'm not too familiar with Magog. Who's not familiar with Batman, Superman? Obviously, I like this cover, dude. This artist's artwork is dope to me, bro. I like the whole little depth of field with, you know, like they're a little further back and these little pushed up to the front, whatnot. Very simple with the background elements or whatnot, but still, man, I love his line art. There's some sick ass line art right there. Props to whoever did that line art. Dan Mora, apparently, with the line art right there. Let's see. They got some variant covers, and that's a dope variant cover. I ain't too mad at it. Oh, that's a sweet variant cover. I ain't gonna hold you. I kind of like the original cover the most on this one, and I would consider this one. You know, I would give it a shot. It got a pretty interesting synopsis to it. So what, we at $10 now. 2 comic books, $10. Damn, I remember a comic books used to be $2.14 with tax. Now it's $10 for 2. I could buy damn near 5 comic books for what I get for $2 now. Inflation is insane. I'm not gonna go into politics, but man, it's election season. You know who we need in office. Let's see. X-Men issue 30. X-Men issue 30. Synopsis reads as following: we are not animals. As the chaos of mutant kind fights back against their fall at the hands of the Orcus, rages and fall of House of X, other forgotten foes come from the woodwork to take on the X-Men in their time of peril. Cinch and Talon find themselves once more besieged by the High Evolutionary and his creations to recap the consequences of their last consumer. All right, this cover's all over the place. A lot going on this cover. I like the artwork. It's a little different than, like my typical preference, but it is a dope style. I'm not gonna hold you. It's not my particular favorite style, but it is a nice style. Let's see here. They got some dope alternates over here. I'm liking this. This is fire, man. As a Wolverine aficionado, I am really liking this right here. This looks really good. Let's see here. Man, from a dude who grew up in the arcade era to being able to go to the arcades at X-Men arcade game. Who doesn't like Nightcrawler? It's a dope ass cover as well. From that 90s era, the 90s X-Men animation. I can't wait for, that's coming out soon too. The whole X-Men 97 or something like that. That's going to be dope. But that's a dope cover too. I like that. Marvel Snap. It reminds me of one of those Marvel Snap cards you get. That's a dope game, man. I'll be playing that heavy, bruh. Marvel Snap is dope. Throw back to the old X-Men cards. I remember the old X-Men series with this little overlay and whatnot, or border. So sweet right there. I like all the covers on this one, man. This is very rare, man. They are knocking it out the park with these variants, bruh. This one is stupid hard, bruh. This might be the one I would cop. I ain't gonna hold you. That one's tough. Oh, that's tough too. I don't know, man. Those are tough. Those are 2 tough ones right there, man. It would either be that one, or it would be that one, or it would be that one. Just because I'm such a Wolverine mark, I ain't gonna hold you. That's a tough call, man. But for sure, they would be getting my money. It's $1 less than the others, so we would be at $14 myself at least. At the comic book store. Your total might be a little different at this point, but moving along, let's see here. When you click on those variants, you got to click a few times just to get back. Nope. Come on. Shout out to League of Comic Geeks, by the way. Make sure to go to leagueofcomicgeeks.com and sign up. They got it where you could, like, when you sign up to them, you do have to go a little bit in advance. You have to probably go like a month in advance to order, but that's how you can get your variants and make sure you don't miss them or anything. So I highly recommend leagueofcomicgeeks.com to let you keep you up to date with everything going on. Even if you don't own a comic book shop, you can get your pull list ready so that your comic book stores can have everything ready to go. When you get there, you place your order, they can get you those variants that you want, just in case they might not order those variants. So if you want to make sure that your comic book shop has the cover that you're looking for in particular, make sure to go to leagueofcomicgeeks.com, sign up. And again, like, it's too late to get any of the variants from here. You would just have to go into your local comic stores and hope that they have the variant that you're looking for. But you would have to go like about February 5th or something like that just to be able to order. It's a few weeks out that you got to do it. But moving along, we got Superman issue 10, and I don't know, man. This looks a little I don't know, man. It's a little sweet for Superman for me. This don't look like my Superman. I don't look like Superman. All right, Superman 10. The man of tomorrow meets the man from yesterday. Howdy, partners. Welcome to the Wild West of Metropolis, where the man of tomorrow meets the man from yesterday. Clark Kent is a rootin' tootin' rodeo adventurer alongside the ghostly Marilyn Moonlight as they get to the bottom of why she haunts the night. Get your posse and join up for a hoedown like you've never seen before. Yeehaw. All right, that definitely will not be the cover I got. And what's okay, that's the chaps like Shawn Michaels shit. Okay. All right. I like a Western. I do like a Western. Superman ain't my biggest hero or whatnot. I would honestly, this would be one of those books at the comic book store. It's really going to matter about the art, the inside art for me. Because this cover alone would make me pick up the book off the shelf and flip through a few pages to see if I'm going to buy it or not. Real shit. If the inside artwork is any good, I will buy this off this cover and the inside artwork, not the story. Even though the story don't sound too bad. I'm more of an art guy. So that's just me. This is a dope little cover as well. I do like the little, that's a nice little concept and whatnot, but man, this would definitely be the cover. That cover go hard. That looked like a Marvel Masterpiece card right there. I ain't gonna hold you. That shit is sick. How much is that book? $6. Oh god damn. So now we had $20 on 4 books, bro. Back in the day, that would have got you 10 comic books. Well, we pay for 4 comic books in today's market. We could have got 10 comic books, and the art was better back then. No offense, but man, you had Todd McFarlane doing his own artwork back then. You had Joe Maradia, Jim Lee, Sam Keith, Eric Larson, Fred Perry, you just retired, Ryan Benjamin, Ethan Van Scott. There's so many good artists. Mark Silvestri. I could go on and on. J. Scott Campbell, Humberto Ramos, Sam Keith. Like, there's just so many. Bro, I digress. All right, let's see here. So yeah, that's gonna be based on the artwork on that one. I ain't gonna hold you. Next up, we got Titans issue number 7, and this artwork ain't really doing it for me. But let's see here. The battle for Tempest Soul rages on. Brother Eternity shows his true self as the Titans battle for their friend with the hope of freeing him from the enigmatic cult leader spell, will exposing the Church of Eternity and their ulterior motives turn the tide or the war on Earth. Man, I'm starting to get a little cotton mouth. I could enigmatic. I cannot say it right now. They used to say the word all the time in WWE, so I know the freaking word. I just can't get it out right now. A little bit of a cotton mouth for that. I'm not really feeling the synopsis for this one. Not trying to dunk on it or nothing. Just not really too big on it. This cover right here. If you are a Titans fan, this would be the cover I would recommend you guys get. Like, that cover is hard, bro. That's a sick ass cover right there. That's a sick cover, bro. But me personally, that would be a skip right there. Next up, we got Wonder Woman issue 5. Gosh, they gotta stop rebooting these books, man. Look at One Piece. We're on like One Piece 1,000 and something, bro. Like, when I see a book and it got that high number on it, that shit is sexy to me, bro. I want that motherfucker, bro. Like, these constant reboots and stuff is so confusing and whatnot, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, I get it. Ever since Jim Lee and Todd McFarlane and Rob Liefeld did that whole, they got their books because of the success they had at Marvel when they were doing the long-standing series. Now everybody thinks they're that status, and you're not, bro. Like, this should really be reserved. These reboots like this should only be reserved for people who did groundbreaking numbers with the long going series, that they're so much of a star now that, yeah. But all right, so moving along, Wonder Woman issue 5, the acclaimed series continues. If the U.S. government can't stop her, then who can? As Sergeant Steele retreats to gather deadlier forces, the Wonder Girls call on Diana, begging her to lay down her lasso. Will she see the truth before it's too late? Plus, Trinity invites the sons of Batman and Superman to Themyscira for a contest they'll never forget. I'm pretty sure I just misread that word. My apologies. I haven't really been following Wonder Woman since like the second year of the New 52. After that, I kind of like haven't been on Wonder Woman at all. This is a dope cover. I like the artwork. It just does not look like Wonder Woman. It looked like a cosplayer, you know, because like one just don't look like Wonder Woman. It looks the artwork beautiful. It just doesn't. She has all the, you know, light skin, hair, the outfit, but it don't look like Wonder Woman, you know. That looked like Wonder Woman, you know. Got the little bit of muscle, you know what I'm saying, popping, but not too overboard with it. This one a little bit, but man, one of them I like to think one a little bit more buff than that. I mean, I guess because of the movies, Gal Gadot and everything. That's a beautiful drawing, though. This would be the one I would get if I was to get this. I'm too behind on the Wonder Woman. I would have to I'd have to see the inside artwork. Oh, whoa, this one looks good too. This would be the cover I get. That is a dope ass cover. I love, man, make drawing women sexy again, man. I remember when I was a kid, man, those Marvel swimsuit editions. I was like 8 years old, 9 years old. But I fucking love those things. They're hot, bro. Like, yo, bro. But yeah, that Wonder Woman right there, that would be the cover to get right there, dog. That was a sick ass cover, man. This should not be offensive. Why is it offensive to draw attractive women, but it's okay to, you know, glorify, you know, like sex and shit, you know, like, and I mean, like, you know, like people making out and all that other shit, but you can't have a natural woman. Can't draw them if they have a big breast is bad, big booty is bad, looking sexy is bad. Like, we gotta, it's I don't know, man, it's ridiculous. Moving along, Fantastic Four issue number 16. Oh my god, this got to be Alex Ross, bro, because that looks, I don't see his name on it, but hold up, does it say so? Cover art, I knew it, Alex Ross. Yo, that cover, yo, man, that's fucking amazing, man. That's fucking sick, dog. Yo, when a teacher, excuse my language, you guys, because man, I'm trying to be for kids, man. So apologize. Let me edit myself. When a teacher shares a list of inventions a scientist from the 1600s hoped future generations will one day make, Valeria and Franklin Richards decide to go for bonus points by ticking off some of those unfinished items and inventing the impossible. Enlisting the aid of Joven and Nakala Grimm, the four of them engage in a little amateur mad science that quickly spirals out of hand. Do they go to their parents and ask for help? Of course not. A couple of kids can easily fix this, right? According to a couple of kids involved in this series of bad decisions, yes, absolutely. Nothing will go possibly wrong. Also featured in this issue, several things. I am buying this book. That was the greatest synopsis I've read yet, dude. I am sold. It makes me want to go cop the other issues. I got to get caught up on this series because I've been out of like comic books since like a good year now. It's been like about maybe even a little longer than that, like a year and a half since I went to like, I've been buying old comic books for the past like year and a half, 2 years, like heavy focus on getting all the old comic books that I got burnt when I was a kid because I had like a huge long box of books and my mom got rid of them at a time period, had a little religious, super religious phase, got rid of my books, so I had to start over. So I have to go back and get a lot of the books I lost, and I got a bunch of new ones as well. But yeah, Alex Ross, that's the cover right there, bro. I mean, let's see what the others are going to be, but I doubt they're going to be as good as Alex Ross's cover. I like this cover a lot too. That is a sick ass cover, man. Salute to whoever did this cover, man. Man, there's some good artists out here, man. I really wish though, with these artists that are really good, man, I really wish that they would check their ego and start to like produce the entire book. I'm tired of these cover artists only doing covers, bro. I think comic books do a whole lot better if these cover artists did the whole book, bro. I think that's why manga kills so good on our industry. It's because the artwork is consistently good. It's good from the cover throughout the entire book. Instead, over here, we get a book. They have a month to work on it. We get a amazing cover, and then the inside artwork doesn't match the cover. That's a little discouraging. You know, it could turn a lot of people off. I know a lot of books that I passed up picking up at the comic book store just after looking through a few pages, like, oh, this ain't what I saw on the cover. Like, you know, this book, regardless, this is one of the few books, just after reading this synopsis, despite my art over writing preference, even if this had subpar art, just based off this synopsis, I would pick this book up because the story seems very strong enough to garner my interest in reading the book. So I would be at $24 just off this first row. There's a lot of rows, so man, this is not a good sign. I'm probably gonna spend about $100, I'm assuming. Daredevil issue number 5. Daredevil's second arc begins with a brutal bout. In the senses-shattering second arc of Daredevil, creators Saladin Ahmed and German Peralta continue the explosive debut of this new series, featuring an all-new villain for Daredevil to face down. Okay. Oh man, is this some little subliminal imaging? You know, they hooked up. Did she break his candy cane? Is that what they trying to say, man? You broke his Billy? Nah, man, but I'm not too high on that cover. This is a sick ass cover, a little remake of the Daredevil Origins cover. For those of you know, this was Daredevil's whole setup, the layout at least, is switch to Wolverine stuff. That is sick as fuck. Excuse my language again. I would probably go with this cover right here. You know what? This is from the Marvel Masterpiece. I want to say, if not 2, then 3, similar to the Spider-Man. This cover goes hard as well. I am a sucker for like the good backgrounds implemented into it. It really does just take your things, you know, to another level. Especially when it looks like done right, you know. This cover right here would make me buy the book. I ain't gonna hold you, because they did a great job with. Yeah, this would definitely be. I would buy this book just because of this cover. Probably not even. I'm not even interested in the synopsis for this, to be honest. But this cover would have to be for the collection. I would just have to throw that in my like flip book right there. You know what I'm saying? The next book going on. Let's see here. My apologies if you hear anybody in the background. I live with niggers. You know what I'm saying? Niggas can get loud, you know. I'm just fucking around, but yeah, it is what it is, you know. Niggas can get them from time to time. That's what I'm saying. All right, so next up, we got the Invincible Iron Man issue 14. Yeah, I like seeing Forge link up with Tony Stark and Ironheart and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just pretty dope right there. You know, the little tech squad and whatnot. I don't know why Iron Man need guns, because this dude's whole outfit is a freaking tank pretty much. But let's read the synopsis. Tony Stark needs more than just an armor to defeat Orcus. He needs an army. Can Ironheart build one in time? Who will answer the call? So I'm taking it's going to be more than just these 3, but that cover's hard. That cover, yeah, I'm going with that cover. I mean, they killing it with these Marvel Masterpiece covers too, man. Really taking me back to my childhood with this. I feel like this is also from 2 or 3. I know it's not 1. Yeah, that first cover would be it for me. That would be the one for me. That cover's hard. Let's see here. It always like, yo, side note, it just always amazed me, man. And like, it amazed me like how like black people could be like right next to each other, like literally y'all in the same part of the house, the same room, and you're like yelling like you're like on opposite ends of the house. Like, bruh, you can't hear each other without yelling. Like, relax, you know. But I digress. Back to the some of those ghetto reviews, man, for comic books, and it's It wouldn't be, but I got ghetto roommates, so fuck. All right, Catwoman issue 61. Selena's latest heist targets a nuclear reactor. Selena Kyle goes on her most daring and deadly heist yet, leaping headfirst into the heart of a melted down nuclear reactor to steal highly valuable corium. But but can she escape with only losing just one life, or are all 9 extra lives about to burn away? Let's see here. I'm not the biggest Catwoman follower like that. I ain't gonna hold you. This is a pretty cool little cover right here. Reminds me of like reminds me of something you see on like Marvel Snapper, like that Batman Gotham comic book back in the day with like little kids with the paint. Let's see here. It's not too bad of a cover too. It got like feel like a movie cover type vibe to it, you know. But yeah, I would skip on this one. I'm already at $24, and I'm really not trying to go over $100, you know. So Superman Lost issue 10, the can't miss finale. What is the price of one man's soul? Having finally regained everything he lost, will Superman risk it all again to save his second adopted world from an unhinged Green Lantern? This critically acclaimed series concludes in a blockbuster finale. Yeah, I'm pretty interested in this, man. Green Lantern wilding out, and it's up to Superman. So Superman versus Green Lantern type of thing. I'm not too high on the artwork, so I would really have to see the inside work, because more than likely it's going to be different than the cover. Yeah, I see that they got a cover artist, so yeah, the artwork inside is going to probably be different. Still at $24, Guardian of the Galaxy issue number 10. The Battle of the Branch Worlds begin. The flowering of Groot's space is almost upon us, but Empress Victoria and the Spartan Armada have arrived to stop it. Can Star-Lord make peace with his people, or will Groot's second chance die in the vine? Let's see here. Not too big on this art style, but if that's your style, if Guardians is your book, go with it. For me, this is a pass. I could just eyeball this and tell this is more Alex Ross art. Man, Alex Ross dropping 2 covers in the same month. The big OG. Yeah, all right, yeah. I was like, am I bugging? All right. In a gleaming new world of prosperity, Captain America is no more, but Steve Rogers still exists, floating through an America where freedom is an illusion, where the Avengers are strangers and his friends are long dead, but is the dream. How do you assemble Avengers in a world that doesn't want them? Plus, a behind-the-scenes look at the making of this issue. Yo, this sounds pretty good. This sounds damn good. I ain't gonna hold you. That first one would definitely probably gonna be the one I would pick up. Oh, look, they did like a little homage to the Dark Knight Returns. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. Oh, I like this cover right here. Oh, that's not the same. Okay, my fault. Moving back, let's see here. Next up, Justice League. So it was at 24, now I'm at 30. 6 books, $30. I can't complain. I spent $35 on ISOM, so like if I could, that's at least I got 6 books for 30 this time. So I mean, I can't complain. Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong issue 4. The war between the DC universe and the legendary monsterverse escalates. Aquaman and Atlantis confront an otherworldly Leviathan, while in the shadows, the Legion of Doom and Lex Luthor plot their next decisive move to eliminate the League. But the emergence of the League of Shadows could spell doom for the world. Right. Not too big on this cover, but let's see what they got for the. That's a dope cover right there. This will be the cover I get. I love this style, bro. This is a sick ass cover. Whoever did that variant, bro. Is there a way we could highlight that? It doesn't. That's whack. It don't show the cover artist. Oh, I think it does. James Stacco. Shout out to James Stacco, bro. That motherfucker is bad, bro. That is a sick ass style, bro. Who does the inside artwork? Is what I'm. Tom Donaric. Okay. It's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. I don't know. I would have to see the interior for the inside on this one. So it's a maybe. That's a maybe for me. That would be one of the ones that be on the fence. I'd have to see where my buddies look at, like try to be responsible when I go to the comic book store. You know, it's like when you go to the grocery store and you go with a little listing, like, all right, I'm only gonna spend $25 to get up in there, then you end up spending like $100. That's how I'm at the comic book store. I'm like, all right, I'm just going in for these 5 comic books, walk out with 25 and everything. Next up, we got Cobra Commander. I didn't even know okay, it's issue number 1. I was about to say, I didn't even know he had a book. Mini-series premiere, The Rise of Cobra begins here. And a world where the Cobra organization has informed one man's sinister plans to utilize the mysterious alien substance known as energon sends shockwaves across the globe. Who is Cobra Commander? Where does he come from? And what horrors is he planning to unleash that will rock the world and maybe the universe to its core? Red Hot writer Joshua Williamson, who worked on Superman and Duke, and artist Andrea Milana, who worked on Impact winner Rook, kick off the second of 4 action-packed mini-series that will introduce the best and worst humanity has to offer in the Energon series. Yo. Shout out to D-Day Cobra. Shout out to Jeremy, man. Salute to the 199 Geeks and Gamers and all those YouTube creators and content out there. I know this. Yo, Jeremy, you better pick this up. Yeah, I know you probably ain't gonna see my live stream, but if this somehow ever makes to you, man, you better pick this up right here, bro. Because, man, when I think of Cobra Commander, I think of Jeremy, man. I do be holding it down for the fucking G.I. Joe franchise heavy. Let's see here. I like that front cover. I ain't even gonna bother clicking on any of these variants because to me, from the look of things, it looked like that's the best cover. Pretty simple, ain't too much, like an outline type thing, but I like it. I would give this a shot. So what? I was at 30, 35 now. I'll put that on the fence. I'm gonna put that on the same thing with the Justice League because there's probably still a lot of books to go, and it's not a for sure for me. I'm skipping Star Wars Bounty Hunters. I'm not buying that. For other people who might be interested, and I don't want to be a hypocrite. Talk about supporting creators and whatnot. They put a lot of work into this, so we definitely should give them their spotlight and shine. Star Wars Bounty Hunters issue number 42, the grand finale of Star Wars Bounty Hunters. Synopsis reads as: the explosive end of the saga. Valance, the bounty hunter, has one final mission to complete, and it may indeed be his last. Can he and his crew fight their way past Boba Fett and Jabba's secret weapons? The grand finale of the series that's 4 years in the making. This is the final issue, so yeah, this is something I personally want to be picking up only because I don't have any of the other issues. So to pick up the last issue, that would be ass backwards. Let's see here. The next on my review, we got the Deviant issue number 3. And let's see what the review says. The only police officer to get close to the Deviant killer in 72 took an axe to his face and lived. But when that same office starts tracking down possible leads, will the primary suspect survive the encounter? The winter nights stretch on a James stretch on as James Tinian the Fifth, Dracula and Joshua Hickson. The plot continue their snow-swept horror story. I said the fifth. I believe that might be. Is that the? I believe that's maybe six. I'm terrible with Roman numerals, which is disgusting because I grew up on WWF, so I should be aware of those. But I'm drawing a blank on which one that one is at the time. I believe it's six, if not like four. No, I believe it's six. It ain't four. Let's see here. I know an X is 10, so yeah. The 5 is a V. So yeah, that gotta be 6. All right. The deviant. Not too hung up on these covers. Honestly, this can probably be a pass for me. You know what though? Honestly, the synopsis is freaking fire, bro. It damn near sound like a movie synopsis. Like this could be like a TV movie type show from reading that synopsis, a short movie or independent flick. I you know what? I would give this a shot. I would actually pick this up just to check it out. Plus, I'm seeing if this is the inside artwork, that style right there, I'm definitely gonna give this a shot. So we at what, $34. The deviant. Let's see here. Yeah, that synopsis sounded badass. Only dude who survived an axe to the face. Yeah, I want to read that, dude. I want to see what that's about, dog. That shit sounded lit. Let's see here. Next up, we got Green Lantern War Journal issue number 5. The hunt begins. Suited up with the new armor and his newly forged experimental Green Lantern ring, John Stewart leads his allies, Shepard and Prophet Raynor, into the rainforest on a race against time to stop the Radiant Dead's invasion of Earth. Can John destroy the Dark Star ring and save Earth before succumbing to the deadly infection himself? The Revenant Queen's mysterious bond with John Stewart is revealed in this pivotal issue. Yo, I am not the biggest Green Lantern fan, so this probably would get skipped by me. I know a lot of friends that are comic books. Green Lanterns are guys, so guy still gonna miss thing. This would probably be one I would skip. I do like that cover because man, that Justice League Unlimited back in the day. All those Justice League animations were fire back in the day, man. Shout out to Ace Van, man, keeping the Justice League animations lit over on YouTube. Make sure to check out Ace Van as well, man. Speaking of people to check out, make sure to check out my boy Sir Frost over on Twitch, YouTube as well. Fresh and Frost TV. That is my guy, man. Stand up dude. Also, make sure to check out my boys Get Your Bars Off podcasts, Smarks and Starks. Yes, sir. And so yeah, this one right here would definitely be probably a little bit of a skip for me. Moving right along. You know what? And I believe today is the last day, so I might as well give this a little bit of a plug real quick as well, since we are talking comic books. And it might not be up there, so let me go ahead and put this on the screen for a quick second. Also on the comic books, make sure to check out Alpha Core from the Rippaverse by Chuck Dixon and Joe Bennett. Color by Gabe El Taib. That is another book, but that one you won't find. I don't know if you won't find it. I can't say that. I'm not certain what people probably could have it or to the comic or comic shop owners. I wouldn't be surprised if they start going to the Rippaverse and picking up some stuff. But yeah, you could go over to the Rippaverse.com. I got an account over there as well. I got all 3 books that they have dropped so far. ISOM 1, 2, and Alpha Core. Looking forward to the Yaira. So, we got to support. I'll be trying to support all, not just Marvel, DC, and Image, Dark Horse as well, Antarctic Press, all the independent creators. Because me, myself, personally, I'm working on a comic book. I have been spending like the past few months. I've been working on for like over a year, but I really just I put it so far on the back burner. I didn't make hardly any progress on it until these last couple months. I really start to zoom and focus, and I am making it my mission to put out the first issue by the end of this year. So yeah, that is definitely something I am gonna make pop off, So moving along, next up we got Jay Garrick, The Flash, issue number 4. Now, I'm more of a Marvel guy. I grew up on everything but Marvel's my main love. If I have to choose a set, I'd have to choose the Marvel. I live out there, so don't go there. But Flash was my guy for DC. Flash, Batman, those are my two favorites over on DC. You know, I loved all the Justice League, but those are my two main guys. So anything Flash is going to catch my eye just off rip. Let's read the synopsis. It says, Jay and Judy race to stop Dr. Elemental. Dr. Elemental's history is revealed as Jay Garrick and his daughter Judy race to dismantle a plan 80 years in the making. This is a pretty cool cover right here. Got like a 90s feel to it or whatnot. They got some variants. Let's peep it. Yo, all right. I'm picking this up, and this will be the cover right here. This cover is fire. This cover is sick as a you-know-what, boy. Shut your mouth. I'm only talking about Jay Garrick the Flash. All right, so we're at $39 because that Flash is definitely a must-cop. If you're a Flash person like me, that's the one right there, yo. That is fire, yo. I love the Flash. Impulse, freaking Barry Allen, Wally West was one I primarily grew up on. But yeah, all of them, those are my people right there. I actually went too far with back, but and now it's trying to, you know, it's taking too long. What's going on, brother? Go get back now. There we go. All right, so let's see here. Next up, we got the Scorched issue number 25. I'm not familiar with Scorched. Got a little bit of a spine with it, with the little leg spikes and whatnot, and the guns and whatnot. Okay, this is Image Comics. All right, is she part of the Spawn universe? I'm not certain. The Scorched team has its assignments, but this is one mission they may not want to back from. Oh, this is one mission they may not make it back from. Jeez. All right, spelling. Todd McFarlane on the right. All right, so yeah, it makes sense. Scorched. Okay, that's a dope cover right there. But salute to Jonathan Glatman. The dude almost got like a Todd McFarlane like style right there. I would skip that though. That's not really my cup of tea per se. Let's see here. The Walking Dead Deluxe issue 81. This cover is stupid fire. Wow, man. Man, I wish I could draw this good, man. I'm all right, but man, I can't. Man, these guys are in the industry for a reason, I guess. All right. Beautiful cover right there, dude. I'm gobsmacked at that cover, dude. That was fucking sick. I'm not even gonna bother clicking on these other two because, man, I could just from the small icon I could see this is the best cover. Glenn and Heath make a daring attempt to drive the herd away from Alexandria, but the wall protecting the town grows weaker with each new walker. Me personally, I'm gonna skip just because of the budget. I would try to keep my budget when I go into these things, like a grocery store. You know, you see a lot of stuff at the grocery store that you want to pick up, you know what I'm saying, but it's not on the grocery list. You gotta show some discipline and restraint. That's what I have to do in that one. That cover definitely appealing, but yeah, you know, got to be responsible at some point. Next up, we got John Constantine, Hellblazer, Dead in America, issue 1. Synopsis reads as following: At last, as you demanded, the celebrated creative team of S.I. Superior and Aaron Campbell have returned to Hellblazer. John Constantine has cheated death once again, but his heart not beating. I can't talk right now. But his heart's not beating. His body is decaying, and his friend Nat, and his son Noah are on the run in America, wanted for murder. Naturally, it's all John's fault, but it always is. But as it turns out, Dream himself needs John's help. Something terrible has taken root in America, and it's using the sand from Dream's pouch to impose its will. If John can put a stop to it, he might be able to parlay that favor into a chance to save all their lives. But he's going to need help from someone he hasn't spoken to in years, someone he wasn't always, all that kind of. We're kind to someone or something. S.I. Spurrier and Aaron Campbell's first run on Hellblazer was the best reviewed comic of 2020, reintroducing the character to a new generation, and their second act told an extra-length 28-page issue. It's ambitious and unmissable. This cover is freaking beautiful, man. This cover is freaking gorgeous, bruh. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. That's a cop. Man, man, as a Christian, it's so hard for me to cop something like the hell like that. Nah, God forgive me. That artwork, man, the Swamp Thing too, man. I don't know, bro. It'd be hard for me to look away from that one, bro. That's a hard one to say no to, bro. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna put it on the maybe. I'm gonna stick 35. I'm gonna stick on the 35. That cover is really enticing though. Black Panther issue number 8. I like this. I like this style. It's a dope style to me. T'Challa versus Monet or Monette. I only say Monet because in Sasha Banks, she goes by Mercedes Monet now. Oh no, she doesn't have the T on it. So Monette. All right, the missing persons case spiraling out of Burnin. T'Chaka worsens, and the Black Panther is determined to find out who is behind the disappearances. What does it have to do with Saint Croc's family and their daughter, the powerful, uncanny Avenger known as Monette? T'Challa is about to find out. This one I would have to see the inside artwork. It's one of those ones like the cover. The cover's gonna make me pick it up off the shelf and flip through a few pages, and based off the art, I would come to a decision. So that one's another maybe. It's not a guarantee. I am a little interested to learn more about Monette. Next up, we got Phantom Road, issue 8 by Image Comics. Still in a state of shock after their strange encounter, Dom and Birdie look at the mysterious man known as Hawaii. They answer to the questions, but are they getting information from him that they can trust? Or is Hawaii manipulating the entire lethal situation? It's not the most intricate art style or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and see, that's the beauty of art, man. It's just so subjective. So even if I say there's something I don't like, please don't take that as me like trying to disrespect or dunk on an artist. You know what I'm saying? I'm more critical of my art, which is why I don't have anything out. It's because I always destroy my work to the point I can't even finish the art because I'm so hypercritical of my stuff 10 times more than I'm of anybody else's artwork. So there might have been some stuff earlier I was like, oh, I don't really like that style, whatever. And compared to this, objectively, I could see where some people are like, that looked better than this. But to me, I like this style. This is one of those styles I like. I'm really liking the synopsis or whatnot. This is definitely a pickup for me. So what? I was at 30, 35. We at 39 now. We're 39 because Phantom Road, I've never read this book or series, but I'm intrigued. I'm definitely intrigued by it. Artwork got a nice little stylization to it of its own, and it sounds interesting from the synopsis they put out there. Cable issue 1. Cable's one of my top 10 favorite comic book characters. He's my older brother who got me into comic books. Favorite comic book character, even though he's not as hardcore of a comic book guy as me. Cable is that's his dude right there. And so yeah, the future must not come to pass. All the signs are here. The neurocracy is coming, and with it comes not only the end of mutant kind, but all of humankind as well. As if rescuing Nate Young from the ongoing threat of Orcus wasn't enough, can Cable root out this growing threat and decimate it before the neocracy has a chance to take hold? But is he already too late to change the future? Don't miss out on Fabian Nicieza and Scott Eaton's explosive first issue of Cable. Man, just Cable being one of my guys is definitely a pickup. This cover would not be the cover I pick up. If it was the only cover there, I wouldn't pick up the book at all. I ain't gonna hold you. So this for sure would be the cover. Yo, this is Cable. All right, this is make Cable masculine again. All right, enough of this skinny Cable. I know I'm a skinny short dude and whatnot, but shit, I'm like, Cable was supposed to be like 6'11", fucking damn near 300 pounds, buff tank, badass motherfucker. Yo, excuse my language, kids. This is what we need, man. This is the Cable we need. You know what? I'm sorry. Ain't it amazing to me, man? I hate to go on a little tangent real quick, but ain't it crazy how like we could throw all the sex and stuff in kids' face, but like they'll like be super critical about like a curse word, like these kids haven't heard it, man. Like I was one of the. I'm not even gonna go there, bro. All right, I was cussing up a storm at like 7 years old. All right, some people way younger than that. So like in my case, I was protected until I was like 7. I didn't really hear it as much until around that time frame where it just started going nuts with it. Let's see here. So yeah, that's definitely a cup with that cover. So it was at 39. We are at $5, so 44. Next up, what's the furthest place from here? Number 17. What's left of the Academy are going. All right, sorry. What's left of the Academy are coming back to save one of their own. Will they be outnumbered or outgunned? Good things they have come. Good things they have some vicious friends. Nah. Man, if I had the confidence in these people, like, see, man, like, and not to dunk, I feel like I have a better art style than this, but that's not good enough for me to put out. If I just, that's why I just gotta say fuck it and just put the shit out, even if it's not the greatest to me, because some people just like fuck it, you know. I'm my worst enemy with that, because some of the artists I see, I do feel I'm better than, like, not trying to be like disrespectful or discouraging or everything, but I'm my own worst enemy. I stop myself. I get in my own way because I'll see some people with amazing art, and then I'm like, dude, I want my art to be like that, and then I'm like, oh, this can't compete with that. And then I'll see other people who I'm better than, and they just fuck it. I'm putting my shit out. Fuck if this dude draws way better than me. And it's like, damn, I gotta get like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm standing in my own way, and I've started to get out of that more as I start to really pinpoint and focus on writing this book I'm working on right now and whatnot. But I started off, I'm more of an artist than a writer, so like doing the writing now first, so I know what I'm going to be drawing. It is a little bit of a challenge, so I definitely got a newfound respect for writers and people who do the writing portion. But make no mistake, art is still king. The art is still the hardest part of the job. Ryan, what's up, my guy? I greatly appreciate you pulling up, man. And I forgot I dropped off. Okay. You guys couldn't even see the books. Thank you, Ryan, for the comment, because there's a few books now I just reviewed, and you guys probably didn't even see them on the screen. Next up, we got Jackpot issue number 1. And this ties into the gang wars. Mary Jane has her own alter ego now. That is pretty sweet. Ryan, yo, real quick, you guys, since I got my boy Ryan up in here, I don't know how long he's going to be in here, so I just want to have a quick little conversation with my guy Ryan, and I'm trying to hurry up because, man, my family making some fried chicken, and I'm definitely not trying to miss out on no dang fried chicken, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I ain't trying to pander. I ain't trying to coon or none of that shit, but that's what they making, and I'm about to fuck that shit up. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. Don't act like only black people like fried chicken. Anyway, Ryan, my guy, did you see the reveal for WWE 2K? They already teased a special guest referee. Now they are teasing the casket match. Are you kidding me? 24. Yo, season 4 of GM Mode Wars is about to be nuts, dog. It's about to be stupid. I cannot wait for this draft with Frost, bro. I cannot wait, man. I'm worried. I know you're going to take a lot of my heavy hitters, but I'm about to take a lot of his heavy hitters as well, bro. I can't wait for the shakeup, bro. Back to the comic books. For those of you, sorry about that. It's about to be so nuts, bro. It's about to be crazy. For those of you who don't know, I also stream video games over on my Twitch channel. Same handle as my YouTube channel. I somehow got lucky. I got the same handle on all my channels: Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. The whole effing show. I'm sorry to Rob Van Dam. I completely stole his nickname from ECW and ran with it. I used to actually, I stole his nickname before I had this. I used to do backyard wrestling as a kid, and everybody used to chant the whole effing show when I would wrestle, because, dude, RVD was my guy, and I stole all his wrestling moves as well, man. So I just ripped RVD off completely, man. But back to the comic books, man. Jackpot issue number 1. Let's read the synopsis. Always bet on red and pick up Mary Jane's first solo Story since her superhero debut as Jackpot, New York City is in chaos as the superpowered criminal gangs are at war, and it's all hands on deck. It's a baptism by fire, but come on, this is Mary Jane. What can't she handle? This is a definite cop for me, man. Spider-Man, yo, Spider-Man, me and Spider-Man go back, bro. Spider-Man, like I said, that's my third favorite comic book superhero and everything. I'm trying to find the collection for y'all, man. Let me take a quick little spot, man. Show y'all how hard I rock with Spider-Man, bro. Spider-Man is my guy. You know, I got a long box of comic books, but the books that are real special to me, I like to put them in their own little folders and everything. Here is one of my Spider-Man folders right here. As you can see, man, we got that Todd McFarlane, man. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, when I was growing up, when I first got into comic books, you see that cover art, that beautiful detailed comic book art. You got that through the whole book. It was Todd McFarlane from front to back, cover as well. You had A1 quality artwork. You know what I'm saying? Look at these fucking, this artwork today, man. Like, the covers today still can't, even with all the technology, like you could really make the case like these are better covers. So yeah, I definitely got to add the I got a few Spider-Man photos, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's like the Todd McFarlane photo right here. I'm only missing 4 issues of the Todd McFarlane entire run on Spider-Man. That's the very first 4 issues, which include Venom's debut issue and him returning to the classic Spider-Man outfit. So, I ain't just one of those people who, man, I've been reading comic books and comic books since 1991, late 1991. I'll be 40 in February next month, February 7th, man. I know I look younger than I am. Let's see here, but this is a definite cop for sure. But that would not be the cover I cop. Not at all. I like this cover. This is a fire cover. Let me see this one as well. It's either that. Oh, I like this cover as well. That's a tough one. This gives me that Marvel Snap vibe. I might go with that cover right there. This is definitely cop. So I was at what? I was at a 44. We have $49. So see, this is like what I said with the grocery store. You go to the grocery store, you thinking you're gonna spend $25, $50, but now you're going overboard, bro. Now you're going overboard, and this is what we have, because at this point I hit my expected what I was to spend. 100 is not too bad. So let's go. We still have a little bit of space to work with. But anything over 100 is like we went full retard. And my apologies. I ain't trying to be offensive to anybody. I'm talking for myself. I went full retard if I overexpend money that I don't have on more than what I should have. If I went excessive and now I'm using Ask Dave to get through the week, because I spent. All right. So anyway, Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, issue number 3. Beware, Werewolf Unleashed, Cursed by Blood, Werewolf by 2099. Spider-Man must take on the werewolf in a no-holds-barred battle, an over-the-top monster mash of the 100th Legacy issue. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. On the very first episode, damn, so Miguel O'Hara, it's like they're dropping an issue every week. Did they have like a different person working on these? Because I did one episode 1 week ago, and Spider-Man 2009 Miguel O'Hara was reviewed on there, and he was fighting Dracula. So this time he's fighting a werewolf, I'm really liking his villains gallery, bro. If his villains gallery is like all the classic like horror villains, like the Frankenstein and Dracula and all that, that is sick to me, bro. So, yo, I'm all for this Spider-Man 2099, even though this kind of gives me a little bit of an Art Adams type of feel to it. I know it's not Art Adams, but it kind of feels like it was the artist was inspired by Art Adams, like his stylization. I really like it. Yeah, this is gonna be a pickup for me, bro, and I'm gonna have to go back and pick up the whole Spider-Man 2099, this recent run, because dude, if that's his villain gallery, I'm all for it, bro. That shit is sick, bro. Let's see here. So damn, I was at what? I was at 49, and I'm copping that. $4. 49. We have 53. Star Wars: The High Republic. The taking of Ataraxia. Lorena D. Treacher has been revealed that she can escape at the Republic Defense Coalition, combines forces with an unlikely ally. Jedi Master Keeve Trennis must board a ship she thought was lost, but if anyone is prepared for the extent of Lorena's ruthlessness, innocent lives hang in the balance as Keeves makes a monumental decision. I read that like completely without any type of punctuation, pause, and I apologize for that. That was sloppy on my part. Let's see here. This is a no for me personally. I'm just not into the Star Wars comic books. I'm more into the movies and whatnot. The older movies, to be more specific. Let's see here. Do Miracle Man, the Silver Age. Miracle Man versus Young Miracle Man. The catalyst, the cataclysm showdown is finally here. This is so old school artwork, but I'm digging it. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. Got a little feel to it. That is a sick cover right there, man. I'm not too familiar with Miracle Man, but if this is the art inside the book, I would cop it, but I don't think it is. So that's going to be on the maybe. I do really like that cover, though. I really like that cover. Let's see here. Next up, we got G.I. Joe, a real American hero. 303. The Joes send a covert team to learn the truth about Springfield, but Serpent Khan has a deadly surprise in store for them. I'm an 80s baby. G.I. Joe was dope, but I'm 84, so it was like just before my time, like the Ghostbusters, Transformers, and G.I. Joe. Those are like the ones like I'm familiar with. But they weren't my favorite. I was more so caught into like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Those were my ninjas. Let's see. So I'm gonna skip this one. We're doing not too bad. We have $53 so far for the week. Next up, we got Aliens issue 3. Stay frosty. The Yutani family has decided to settle the invasion of level 695 personally, but no corporate executive has the authority to tell the xenomorph what to do unless the order is slaughter. And knowing the Wayland Yutani Corp, it just might be. Trapped between an avalanche and the watery death, the mysterious Cole makes her hardest decision yet. I've never been big on the Alien series personally, more of a Predator guy, so that will be a no for me personally. But if that's your forte or your interest, check it out. White Widow issue 3. I was wondering if this was a Marvel thing. I was like, when a shady corporation called Armament threatens Yelena Belova and her neighbors with eviction under suspicious circumstances, she decides to take the problem into her own hands. After all, there's rarely a problem a little murder can't solve. But Armament is not quite what it seems, and a single mistake could cost Yelena everything. I do like this cover with the whole, they got that like, like she's breaking in, she's hiding like right above him. That's dope to me. I like that. As a person with more of an anime style myself, And this is more closer to like my style of art as well. I really do like this cover right here. I don't know if I would pick it up. If this was the art inside the book, I definitely would pick it up because I'm an art snob and I like specific arts and whatnot. But that would be on the maybe for now. So we're still just $53. Not too bad. Creep Show. Welcome to the freaky finale of Creep Show Volume 2. First Sinister, Saladin Ahmed, who worked on Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and hair-raising Artyom Topolin. I Hate This Place spin a horrifying yarn about a politician who tries to protect the youth from dangerous comic books and burning ambition. Then dastardly DB Andre and terrifying Tim Daniel end after and are joined by mysterious Matthew Roberts' manifest destiny to tell the story of a boy who sacrifices the things he loves, defeat the monster under his bed, and keep it fed. All right, this gives you that like Tales from the Crypt right there. Like for the horror aficionados, I would definitely recommend that. I know my little sister probably be more into that than I would be. Same with my older brother. Man, Tales from the Crypt was fire back in the day, so that is something that give me a little bit of interest, but it's just something. Nah. Next up, we got Kill Your Darlings, issue number 5. The way they had it right there is a little hard to read. A life changing, a life destroyed, a life created. Everything changes as Act 2 of this horrifying epic begins. Very vague description. I'm gonna say no. Skip. Let's see here. I'm trying to fly through these down. I can smoke. I'm trying to smoke. So, Cap Wolf and the Howling Commandos, issue number 4. It's a fright of a lifetime as Cap and the Howling Commandos race to prevent the Nazis from unleashing werewolves on the world. But when the best laid plans go sideways, it will take a miracle and faith in each other to ensure the whole team makes it out alive. This is a dope cover right here. Definitely like, wow, a comic book without a variant. And it's a Marvel comic book. Round of applause. That's pretty impressive. And I'm pretty sure I forgot. Oh, no, I didn't. Thought I forgot to switch back to the share screen mode. So cool beans. Let's see here. Moving right along. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Issue number 4. Obi-Wan plots a daring mission into enemy territory. Obi-Wan and Tala must evade the Inquisitors to rescue Leela. Meanwhile, Third Sinister and the other Inquisitors try to impress Darth Vader by being the ones to finally capture Obi-Wan Kenobi. Not too big on that cover art and not too big on the Star Wars comic books. There's just so much Star Wars stuff. It's like you gotta just stick to the movies for the most part for me. A few of the shows is cool. First 2 seasons of Mandalorian was pretty dope. I haven't even watched the 3rd season, to be honest, so I can't really say it's bad or good. All right, next up, the Enfield Gang Massacre, issue number 6. The Enfield Gang Massacre ends here. With nowhere left to go, Montgomery Enfield must face off against the law alone. In this chilling Western conclusion, let's see here. I do like the line art, this type of art. Try it more. Cool job on the variant, but this is another no for me. Even though, you know, I'm all into the gangs and the westerns and massacres, so I don't know if I have under 100, might be on that maybe list to take into consideration. Next up, we got Star Trek issue 16. I'm only reviewing this for Star Trek because I have zero interest in Star Trek. I'm not even gonna read this one. I'm sorry. You guys are gonna have to do your own research on that one. There's too many weird ass names on that Star Trek shit. I'm not about to be jumbling over my words trying to make out that crap. Next up, Black Hammer, the end issue number 5. That's the one negative. All right, you guys got me negative here. Black Hammer, the end issue number 5, is the story takes a turn. The secret origins of colonial weird and anti-god begun to unfold, and the war between universes explained in this essential story of the Black Hammer universe. Black Hammer, the end is the next era of the Black Hammer universe, a 6-issue event series by Jeff Lemire and Malichi Ward that pulls the Black Hammer world into crisis. No, it's going to be another skip for me, so we're still at $53. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Let's see here. Moving along, we got Army of Darkness Forever. I'm just gonna skip because it's getting a little long now. James Bond 007 issue 1, let's skip that as well. Savage Dragon issue 267. Grew up on Savage Dragon. Eric Larson, huge fan, so definitely this will be a cop. Let me read the synopsis. Celebrating 30 years of the ongoing Savage Dragon series. I used to have issue number 1. I got to go back and get that. That was one of the books that got sacrificed to the gods when my mom had a religious breakdown back in the early 2000s. Savage Dragon's adopted daughter, Angel, gets married into Frank Darlings Jr. At long last, Paul Dragon gives away the bride. Malcolm Dragon is the best man. Maxine is the maid of honor. But no superhero wedding is complete without a looming menace hell-bent on making the happy occasion a living nightmare. Yeah, I'm totally copping this one. Let's see here. They have a variant. I don't really see what's the difference. Image conjure victim. Okay, it's not really okay. All right, I guess. Not too big on this cover, but yeah, I'm copping no matter what, man. I rock with Savage Dragon heavy. So I was at what, 53? Damn, it's $10. You motherfuckers. Eric Larson, damn it. 53.63, just like that. One book bumped us up. Five comic books, what it would cost back in the day. Our Bones Are Dust, Siren Gate, The Nasty. Let's read this. Nasty looks a little, caught my attention a little bit with that hand art style and whatnot. Cynthia Credgill has brought her anti-horror campaign to Rutherglen, which spells bad news for Monster Dome Video and for the efforts of Thumper and his friends to finish their move. But things are about to get much worse because Red Enos is no longer taking direction and no longer disappearing once the camera stopped rolling. Probably not. Let's see here. Moving along. Space Usagi. That's my boy from the Ninja Turtles series, but I probably wouldn't pick that up. Invasive, nice little cover. Operation Sunshine, not really grab my attention. Stranger Things, not really grab. The Weatherman, I know my niece would go nuts for the Stranger Things. The Weatherman, issue number 3. This looks a little interesting. Let's see here. This reminds me of Buzz Lightyear in the in the arcade machine with the with aliens. New story arc finally. The conclusion to one of the most compelling science fiction series of all time begins here. Local weatherman Nathan Bridget has been forced undercover as the notorious terrorist Ian Black. But who is Ian Black? The answer may be the key to saving the world and Nathan as well. But does Nathan deserve saving? Does humanity? Don't miss the final chapter of the critically adored classic To the Making of the Weatherman, Volume 3. Seems a little interesting right there. Not bad. That synopsis is a very could pull you in a little bit. Makes me a little bit interested about what exactly is the Weatherman. Bloody Dozen, Kapatara. It's one of those books I've seen. I'm like, man, I should just freaking put my book out. Fuck it. Justice League versus Godzilla Kong Monster Sized Edition. This is a badass cover, man. I love the perspective on this, man, with like the ground eye view or whatnot, looking up, the Superman, done all the time. But damn, this is beautiful artwork, bro. Amazing artwork right there. Synopsis contains Justice League versus Godzilla vs. Kong 1 and 2, 70 pages for that cover. And since I don't have those other issues yet, that might be a possibility. But we're at 63. What's this? $7. We're at $70. So I'm going to add that to the list. Too many heavy hitters. Godzilla, Kong, and the Justice League. Sign me up for it. We at $70. We is burning through the money. Borealis issue number 2, Sonic the Hedgehog, The Colonized, The Prism, Wheel of Time, Horror Comics, Ninjak, Killer Queen, Mom Breaks the Internet, My Little Pony, Traveler's Glide of Floor Gloria, no cover, Rebel Gnarls, Death of Power issue number 3, Superverse Festivus special. None of these are really catching my eye at this point. So, all right, you guys, that is pretty much our comic books coming out or already out. They just dropped yesterday at your local comic book stores. Make sure to go support your local comic book stores, man. It is in desperate need of support, man. Just to be honest, man, these local comic book stores are hardworking, blue collar citizen, and we need to support our local comic book shops. I know we have so much access nowadays over the internet that's just a click away. We could go on eBay or Amazon and purchase stuff, but man, get out the house, man, and instead of touch grass, touch a physical copy of a comic book. Take your butt to your local comic book store, support your local comic book store owners and your comic book artists, writers, pencilers, inkists, colorists, editors, and all involved, man. Let's keep our culture and community healthy, striving, booming, especially because I got a comic book coming out soon, man. I want you guys to support that as well. So I want to support, because I'm going to want support when my stuff comes out, man. Shout out to everybody doing their thing. And, man, to everybody, whether you fall on politics, whether you are a Democrat, whether you are a Republican, whether you're a conservative, liberal, capitalist, neo-capitalist, neo-anarchical, or whatever that freaking, whether you were straight, gay, bisexual, transsexual, it doesn't matter, man. Everybody is welcome to comic books. Everybody can make comic books. And you know what? Instead of, if you don't like a comic book, just focus on the books that you guys do like, man. I'm tired of seeing people constantly bashing comic books and they don't really ever talk good about comic books. It's okay to bash comic books, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, if you're going to speak negative, you need to have some positive to go along with it. Otherwise, you're just being a drama farmer, as you guys call it. So with that being said, thank you guys. Make sure to follow the channel. This one a little longer than I expected, but I want to cover as many comic books as I can. So you guys, again, make sure to follow the channel over on YouTube, over on Facebook, over on Twitch and Kick. They are all at The Whole Effing Show. Thank you for tuning in to This Week in Comic Books. Until next time, we'll see you later. Take care and peace.